first of all, what are we talking about as far as current expected infertility rates? And what do you think is at the root cause globally?
Yeah, that's a great question. And really the statistics right now are 1 in 6 couples are going to struggle with infertility. But I will say this, just based upon my own practice, and what I see with my partner, Dr. Jeannie Sheffley, we run positivityfertility.com. I think that the statistics are even more, maybe even 1 in 5 and 1 in 4. So depending upon what expert you consult and talk to, either way, it is, like you said, it is soaring, the infertility rates, the hormonal issues, and it's becoming an epidemic. I feel like even back when you and I were having kids, we weren't hearing as much as of infertility, although my own unique experience has been, a couple of my sister-in-laws really were challenged with it, and had to do, assisted reproductive technology. But yeah, that's what we're looking at right now.
That's a huge number, really, when you think about 1 in 6 couples. And what's the reality? Because that's the couples who are trying and
Yeah.
who are reporting. There are so many couples who are maybe being married for 10 years before they even try, or there are lots of people who are not trying, or, people who aren't even married, they don't even know that
Yeah.
they might have their fertility shot. They're not
Right.
even included in those numbers. Um, what I remember being in childbearing age too, and just thinking, oh gosh, another friend we heard had a miscarriage,
Yeah.
or another friend who's struggling. And I started to feel like we were nearly the only people we knew who could just easily have babies.
Yeah.
Like, I feel really fortunate that I had no miscarriages. And I think I'm in a tiny, tiny minority. And that's even, infertility is one thing. And then miscarriages are a whole other cross to bear.
Yeah, because
Um,
even with myself, I had 1 miscarriage. I mean, I have 6 children, but did struggle with that. And I think we will dive into this and hit on some important points. But even for myself, my cycle and the challenges that I dealt with were a window into what my fertility was looking like. And so
mhm.
I think, and we can talk more about that, my own experience. But that's why I really just dug in and started trying to learn because, back then physicians told me, you probably aren't going to have any more kids based upon your genetics. And you're kind of like, as a woman, you're like, what does that mean? It makes you feel defective. It makes you feel like there's something wrong with you. And there's this stigmatism associated with it, right? So for me, I actually had the knowledge, and background from a research side of things to really like sort things out really quickly for myself. And then I went on to have 5 more healthy pregnancies after that, had full term babies.